Hello and welcome to this foam rolling for pole video. This is going to be pretty short, it's a follow along, and I'm going to be using a foam roller to check in with my lats, which tend to get pretty sore in pole, particularly for pulling motions. I'm quite sore right now. And we're also going to do a little bit with the inner thigh. So I have this type of foam roller, which has like little nubs on it and a plastic core. I would actually recommend against these. I think it's a little bit too aggressive. The sort of the blue foam ones are A, cheaper, and B, I think more appropriate for more people, but this is what I have, so it's what I'm going to use. So we're going to start by getting into the lats, which are these big muscles in the side here. Ooh. So I'm coming down on my side. I'm going to start above my floating ribs, so about where my bra strap starts, and I'm going to place my side onto the pole, onto the foam roller, and gently roll up and down. So I'm keeping my hips down, I'm keeping my elbow down. You can rest your hand on your hand, and you can also play with rocking back and forth. So you're looking for a sensation here of gentle pressure, maybe a bit of tenderness, but you want to stay in the sort of hurt so good area. It shouldn't be painful, it shouldn't be overwhelming. You should be able to think about other things while you're doing this. Just like stretching, right? It should be pretty gentle. I'm taking my weight off the foam roller, scooching it up a little bit, relaxing back down, forward and back. Ooh, that's a tender spot. And then rocking in and out as well, if that feels good. And if you sort of feel like you're rolling over like a knot, right? You can, if it feels good, just stay there. Give it some pressure, breathe, let your nervous system know, hey, this little guy, that's very tense. It's supposed to be like that? You sure? You wanna change that maybe? And then one last time, bringing it up, into the armpit area, up and down. I would say if you notice any sort of pulsing feeling from yourself, if you are hearing your heartbeat, come on out. We don't want to put pressure on any arteries. Ooh. And again, opening and closing. So this is something that I'm doing today as part of a recovery day for myself. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of pole. I am sore, but I'm not injured, right? This happened after I was pulling, so it happened the next day, and moving the affected muscle makes it feel better as I move. So that tells me that's delayed onset muscle soreness and not any sort of injury. All right, so before you move to the next side, I want you to just quickly check in for yourself. Do you notice a difference? Oh, I do. Do you notice the difference between the side that you rolled out and the side that you didn't? And if you are rolling out and you don't notice a difference and you don't like the way that it feels, just don't do it. This is optional, right? Maybe the pole is optional. You're an adult. All right. So second side, coming down, starting with the foam roller about bra strap area, and we'll start coming up and down. I think the side's a little bit less sore. And then optionally back and to neutral. And I'm not really rolling forward onto my ribs, I'm rolling back and to my side. And I'm keeping, again, weight in my hip, weight in my elbow. You can also have your hand in front of you, give yourself a little bit more support. And we're staying off our floating ribs here. We're starting sort of like in line with our sternum, basically scooching it up a bit, rolling this way and then this way. Yep. So if I had to describe this sensation, it sort of feels like stretching. It's definitely pressure. It's not painful pressure. It's definitely less painful than being on the pole. And then option to open. Oh my goodness. That's the business. It's less painful than being on the pole. It's less painful than chair work, but it is definitely sensation. I hesitate to call it painful. It's like a massage. It's basically self-massage technique, right? Alright, and then we're gonna roll up a little bit more, forward and back, up into the armpit area, and then option, open and close. Yeah, this side is definitely less sore for me. The first side was, this is my dominant hand that we did first, was definitely a little bit more intense. Okay, and we're also We'll have to go back and do the first side as well. We're going to check in with our chest really quick. So taking the foam roller, putting your armpit on it, and then rolling forward. So here's the angle from the front. You can also angle it up a little bit more. It'll just feel a little bit different. Again, finding a little bit of movement back and forth, rocking in different directions. And if you find a really tight feeling area, there's one for me. I'm just going to relax into it. Again, it shouldn't be painful. I'm just noticing the sensation, waking up my nervous system. Oh, yes. There's a knot. Make sure that you're breathing the whole time that you do this. This is not a breath holding exercise. We are not powerlifting. All right. And then before we go back to the chest on the first side, checking in. Does that feel better? Significantly, yeah. I'm feeling a big difference in the chest on the two sides. We're going to do the other side as well. Coming into this sort of, like you're, I guess, putting somebody in a headlock. Give your foam roller a headlock. And then, lay down. Oh, yes. You can, again, roll this way, roll this way. If you feel your heartbeat, come on out. Oh, goodness, that's the business. So particularly if you've been doing a lot of pole climbs, if you've been pulling up into an invert, if you've been doing a lot of stuff on spin pole, if you're doing a lot of push-ups, if you've been working on like your Superman push-ups, this may be particularly sore and or tight. All right, from here we're going to check in with our inner thighs. Now we want to be very, very gentle here because we do have a lot of blood flow going through the area, so we're not going to go super wild. I'm keeping my hip down, my elbow down. I can also bring my whole side down and cushion my head. We're going to bring the foam roller to the inner thigh and gently roll back and forth. I'm not pressing down. I am just gently moving. And if you find a tender spot, hang out there. So these might be particularly sore or tense if you've been doing a lot of pole sits, if you've been working on Superman, if you've been doing a lot of things where you cut the leg behind you, so like that entrance from Flatline Scorpio to brass that I know a lot of people like. Over on the other side, very brief on that. We're just checking in with it. And I definitely I'm not putting weight into this leg at all. I am just using the weight of the leg itself. I am not pressing down. I'm being very, very gentle here. Also, if you've been doing a lot of work on your pancakes or your middle splits, this may be a little bit tender. Ooh, there's a knot. And I'm using this hand on the floor to take weight. So again, I'm not pressing that hard. It's really just the weight of the leg itself. Ooh, and there's another one. Hello. I know this seems like sort of a random assortment of things to foam roll. It's the places where I am sore, so that's why you're getting it. Oh, there we go. And I'm being very gentle, nice and slow, breathing nice and deep. Okay. And checking in again. Okay, how are you feeling? We didn't check in on this one beforehand, my apologies, but notice any difference? Does it feel better? If it feels worse, don't do it. And if it feels really bad to do it, don't do it, right? It's recovery. You should only be doing it if it helps you feel better. So we rolled out the lats, we did a little bit with the chest, and we checked in very gently with the inner thigh. So quick little foam rolling workout for your recovery. Feel free to leave me a comment if you found any questions, and I will link with you soon. Bye.